is Elizabeth Clark, and I am a trauma therapist that specializes in working with sexual violence, rape, and child sexual abuse. And so I have come at this in a very honest and honorable way. I am a survivor as well. I'll tell you a little bit about my survivor story. I was enslaved, raped, and tortured hundreds of times growing up. My mother married a man who was a sadist and a narcissist, and he and his adult son enslaved me. So I was raped and tortured almost every day, sometimes twice a day, for 3 years. My mother claims that she did not know about that. That eerie sound kind of reflects my truth there, right? Like, I don't know if that's the truth. My mother then recently, in the last few years, actually gave guns to my sadistic child rapist, who's a pedophile, who's still free, in order to have me killed. So this is a true story. What I did in order to come about a healing process and to become a healer instead of you can't be both a master and a slave. I couldn't be a slave any longer, and I was truly enslaved and tortured. And so I came to the conclusion that the best thing that I could do was to hold this man accountable, right? And the way that I did that was I spent 3 years gathering names of other human beings on LinkedIn. And after I had 30,000 names, I outed him. I put his name on LinkedIn. And I put his name of his corporation on LinkedIn. And I put his family members who knew about the crimes on LinkedIn, and his neighbors and his address. And I was brave as all get out. Then what happened is Rain got in touch with me. Rain was so impressed with the work that I had done that they asked me to be speaker on their behalf. And so what I did is I was able to get not only a police officer involved with the crimes. I had reported many times these crimes that happened to me in Florida. Because of Florida's sheriff's organizations, these are very small, incestual, frequently corrupt organizations. That's been my experience because I reported numerous times to numerous sheriff's offices, and no one listened to me. The only person who did listen to me was a SVU detective in Baltimore, Maryland. And I call him an earth angel because he took the time in order to take a moment of compassionate listening to a person who was so traumatized 38 years later, and he opened up a case. And he said to me, look, anybody can take one rape. This is an SVU cop. Anybody can take one rape, but nobody can take 150 rapes in childhood. No one knows what that looks like. Now listen, I don't say that's the truth. And I know as somebody who is a survivor and somebody who is actually a miracle as a worker in this healing business that I do, no one can take one rape. Any violation of your body is a criminal violation, and it should be treated as such. Your body is your body. So much time I spend as a therapist talking to individuals and validating them about what happened to them in their childhood, at college. That's my daughter over there. She was sexually assaulted not once, but twice in college. Her roommates in college, 3 out of 4 of them were sexually assaulted. And this is at University of Florida. I'm a rape trauma therapist, and I show up. The way that I work is very, very, very creative, and I don't do what typical people do. I ensure that the person first moves to a place in their brain and their body. I use brain spotting. It's a trauma therapy that's extremely important, and if anybody here is suffering and knows that they're still suffering and that trauma is caught in their body still, because the body absolutely keeps the score. My body, because my rapes happened so frequently in my mouth and my head, I developed trigeminal neuralgia, and I had to have a total and complete jaw reconstruction. It was horrific. I am a miracle to be standing here amongst you. I'm also a miracle to be working on a regular basis and helping heal individuals who suffered similar crimes as me. So this is the bottom line. We speak the truth, no matter how much they don't want to hear it. If it takes 3 years to come up with a list of names, you do it. You talk to as many cops as you need to talk to. You tell as many sheriffs. You tell your family members, until these words are something that are so simple to get out of your mouth without tears, right? Until we get to tell the truth of what happened to us without tears, just with strength. PTSD war veterans got nothing on us. We're survivors, and we are PTSD survivors as well. Some of us have complex PTSD, some of us have other forms of it. We deserve the same type of mental health care as well, and interventions that anybody who has survived a war requires. And believe me, rape is war. So each of you, while you're listening to me, if it is not you, it's someone you love. And it happens in your homes, in your families. Keep no more secrets. That's what kills you. And that's it. Bless you, each of you.